Yeah, a lot of that people build it up in their mind that it's going to be 7 days a week. Like, I have to be a professional bodybuilder or a CrossFit champion. I've got to do this. Like, dude, it is so maintainable. If you make it part of your everyday routine, like, you won't even know. We're talking 30, 40 minutes, an hour, 3 days a week, dude. And you can change the whole trajectory of your life. Like we talked about it last night. If I could make every single police officer take a BJJ class for 365 days, 3 days a week, you would be one of the best, most capable police officers in the nation.
Oh my God.
Normal people can't hang with you, dude.
No.
And that'll give you so much physicality to be able to move people through time and space against their will. That is a superhuman feat that most people cannot do.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you should be able to do. I don't know why they don't issue you guys capes once you graduate the academy. Like, you should. They're asking you to do superhuman things, but they're not giving you the resources to be successful. It drives me crazy. Yeah. Because now I respect them so much more now that I'm out and I get to see what they're up against. I see the lack of training and funding and assets. My God, if the leadership brass knew what you guys were actually having to do, if they truly gave a shit, they wouldn't let you do it. They'd give you more assets. They'd go, we're not doing this right now. We're building these guys a gym. We're getting a BJJ coach in here. Like, we're going to give these guys every tool to be successful, because ultimately, when you have a bad shoot, looks bad on the entire city, the mayor comes down, senators are up in arms.
And there's a dead human being.
Yeah.
Who could have just had like a really rough day and not been mentally well. Doesn't mean he's an evil person, but now he's dead.
Or worse, you get a guy who doesn't have the confidence to pull a pistol when he really should, and they get ran down by a dude with a box cutter, and they kill him. Yeah. It's like, why did that happen? Yeah. Didn't have the physicality to get away, wasn't confident enough in his weapon systems and producing him from whatever holster he has, and now he's dead. Yeah. Like, I don't want that either, man. It's like, you got to be the hybrid.
He's dead. The cop is dead in this case. Your team survivability is worse if you're not in really good shape and know your shit, because the team relies on you. You got a partner, you and your partner step out of the squad car. It's you two against the world. If you're both tip-top shape, your partner has a higher chance of surviving. If you suck, you're a liability to your partner. You might not want to do any of this shit. You look your partner in the face and he's like, you got my back when shit goes down? You're like, yeah, but I haven't been training for the shit. That's kind of weird.
It is. You're not carrying equal weight.
Yes.
It's 50-50. If there's two of us, you got 50% of this problem, and so do I. Yeah. Everything you can't carry, now I have to. It's more taxation on me, and it's not fair.
Yes. The other one is, if you are super well combat trained, there's a lower chance you'll have to escalate to lethal force. Because if I can grapple you to the ground, no problem. I don't have to draw my pistol on you. I don't even have to take you that seriously. You can be 3 inches in front of me talking shit to me and be like, oh, that's all right. This can go down real quick. But if you don't have that proficiency, you're trying to create distance and you're trying to draw, and not all situations have to be resolved with pistol deployment. Because again, on the rosy, lovey-dovey side of perspective, you might kill a human being as somebody's son, somebody's daughter, somebody who had a trajectory after jail that could have been great. On the other side, that's a lot of paperwork to do, and a lot of you not being a cop anymore, or a lot of your name getting to the media, and then you have to move to like Montana or something, because just regular people will be like, oh, you're that guy that killed that dude. You're like, holy shit. So I don't think anyone's really interested in killing someone in combat as a police officer. No. It's the thing you want the least. No. And if you have no arsenal behind your pistol, there's just ones and zeros out there, man. You're either drawing or you got nothing. That's a bad deal.
Yeah, there's nothing in between. There's no escalation.
Right. Taser, sort of. Again, very conditional.
Yeah, dude. It's so much easier to be able to escalate or de-escalate.
Yes.
You come in at a 10, it's like, whoa, now I'm back at a 7. Now I just hover. Yeah. It's like, is she really going to do anything with that boiling water right now? Is she really going to charge me? We're at 26 feet right now. Yeah. I've got hand on pistol already. I don't have to draw it. Yeah. I don't have to put finger on trigger. Like, I already know I can process information. Now I'm looking at everything else. Yep. I'm trying to talk her down, nice, soothing, Barry White voice. It's okay, honey. Just chill, be calm. If not, your voice raises, her voice raises. Now you're trying to pitch match. It's like, now you're screaming at each other. You're only getting more amped up.
Yep. Bad
Don't
news.
want that. Yeah.
Fewer bystanders and victims get hurt. It turns out bullets continue to travel out of your gun, even though they didn't hit the intended target, or they passed through the intended target and hit someone else. Like, you're at a Walmart and there's a situation where someone's rushing you. There's people behind you. You draw, you can grapple.
Yep.
Different story.
You always have the right to self-defense, and some people need to be shot. And the Army's famous for saying this. It's written in their doctrine. The body's an acceptable bullet trap, but you have to hit the body.
Yes.
If you miss, those things they're going through Lay's potato chips 500 yards until they smack someone's going to stop it. And hopefully it's not a kid.
Yep.
But you hear about it all the time.
Yep.
Shoot throughs, it goes wrong. And from what I've seen, pistol calibers don't traditionally pass through that easy, especially if you put them in center thoracic cavity. That's what you need to be able to do. But if you're not confident enough to make it, I mean, you see it. Suboptimal grip, they just close their eyes and just squeeze, and they think they're going to make it. And unfortunately, now you can see it. You can see it on CCTV, other body cams, and they're not trained. It's like the system put them in that suboptimal position.
Sure. Yeah, real bad news. Yeah. And I guess at the end, like, you're better at doing your job as a police officer, which means you have a more stable, free, and prosperous community and world. Like, if you have a low crime area because you're fucking good at your job, that's a great thing. And so why train really hard when you're a cop is like, there may be no more compelling reason to train hard than being a cop versus being like maybe a special forces guy. But if you ask like an NFL player, why train hard? It's like, well, it's just for millions and just more pussy or whatever and more glory. Like, well, that doesn't, not nearly as good of a reason as keeping your community safe. Mm-hmm. Like, so in my view, a lot of police officers, maybe most, ones that see the street, should be understanding themselves as professional police athletes.
Yes.
That's what you do. And pro athletes have a pretty rigorous training schedule, and it's not just clock in, clock out. There's more that has to be done. Luckily for our purposes, not infinitely more, but more.
Yep.
All right. So that's a lot of stuff. It seems like, holy shit, I could be training all fucking day. This is crazy. However, there are highly broadly applicable police tactical training subcategories that, to your earlier point, don't require a ton of time in the week. But if you can consistently do them and get really good at them, you don't have to do a lot of different kind of stuff. Super quick list. One is resistance training. If you lift in a way that's centered around strength training, mostly sets of 5 to 10, occasionally higher reps. Maybe if you get advanced with some hypertrophy, sort of muscle growth specific elements, maybe with some power elements, throwing medicine balls really hard at walls, but even that's not required. Just basic strength training, multi-joint movements, pushing, pulling, picking things up off the ground, shit like that. Really only 3 or 4 different types of movements you're doing. 2 to 4 times per week in most cases that you have to train like that. And it's an hour or less each time. Probably if you do them quickly, because that builds endurance too. So we check 2 boxes. You're talking about 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. And all of a sudden, after a few years, you're just way more strong, way more jacked, way more endurant than almost everyone you'll ever meet in the street and grab with your own 2 hands.
Yep.
That covers a lot of bases.
It does, man. The physicality cannot be ignored. And it doesn't, if people look at it, they see a dude that looks like you or whoever else, and you're like, I can never do that. But you don't have to. You don't have to.
No, God, no.
You don't have a functional skill set to complement your job that allows you the bandwidth to process more information. Like right now, like moving humans through time and space against their will is a superhuman quality you need to possess.
Yes.
I don't care if you're a 135-pound female police officer, you're a dude that's 260. You have to be able to move people around against their will.
Yes. And so just core resistance training several times a week for 30 minutes, 40 minutes at a time, majorly checks that box in a way that you don't need to like tell your family to fuck off. You're not a pro bodybuilder or some crazy shit like that. Movement training, preferably with gear weight, beyond your usual dynamism and duration that you would see in your actual situations. Break a sweat, move a ton, get into uncomfortable positions, move into a crouch, from laying down, standing up, moving around obstacles with tons of shit on you and weapon or simulated weapon. You do that 2 to 3 times a week for 20 minutes at a time, huffing and puffing the entire time. That's all the cardio you will ever need for 95% of your police work, 99% of your police work. We're not even to a total of 4 hours of training extra on top of what you normally do per week yet. And we've covered movement and resistance training.
We do the same thing when we bring in guys to train. We do a physical component, a lot of lower body, upper body dissociation, do a lot of hip mobility stuff because guys, they get in these precarious situations. Like, congratulations, you dropped into that hole. Now you can't get out of it. Now without using your hands, like you get the hips moving. Now it affords you more options, more opportunity to change position, be under control, not just falling into a position. I can fall in control. I can rebound out of it. But you have to practice it. And to your point, if you make it part of your routine, it's not very hard, man. Like, it could be part of your warm up.
Yes.
And now you've knocked it all out. Now your hips are moving, better for grappling, better for everything else.
Yes.
But it's got to be part of the routine.
Next up, grappling training. 30 minutes, 3 times a week on the core move set. 1 or 2 takedown options, 1 or 2 guard pass options, maybe just one, how to mount and control, how to backtake and control, and how to apply handcuffs from those positions. There's just not a whole lot more to it. Takedown defense is something you'll develop just in live training, and just a couple tips like knowing how to sprawl or knowing how to lower your center of gravity. Also, like, very few people on the street are competent takedown artists. So just knowing how to drop your center of gravity and doing the ankle pick reflex off that, that's it. Like, no one's going to drop you on the street. It's just nonsense. So 30 minutes, 3 times a week of grappling training, good grappling training. On top of all this, we're getting to a place where we're training 4 or 5 hours a week extra. That literally means 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, weekends off. You're already after several months of doing this, at a proficiency that leaves almost all other of your fellow police officers completely behind forever. Sounds pretty good ROI to me.
That's what I've been doing my whole life. I've gone 5 days a week since 2002. Never missed a session outside of a significant injury, but you make it maintainable, repeatable, and then you just start subbing in whatever you need to.
Yes.
So if we're going to go to Afghanistan, I sub out maybe a lot of the combatives training, then I sub in more incline treadmill walks with heavy load.
Because there's tons of mountains over there.
Yeah, trying to get my legs conditioned to it. You swap it out, but that block, and a lot of guys, they can't find it throughout their day, and they're like, oh, I'll do it after work. No, you won't. Not unless you're super disciplined. And if you were, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
Like sometimes, and I don't want to advocate sacrificing your sleep, but a lot of that, you're sleeping through your opportunity.
Yeah.
If you'd be more disciplined to go to bed earlier.
Yes.
Wake up earlier. Like, get a home gym. Dude, it doesn't have to be much. Get a couple kettlebells and send it in the garage. You know what I mean? Like, you could get some stuff done.
Tons of 7 a.m. jiu-jitsu classes. I used to roll with cops all the time.